Hey guys, it's Evan, and for the past 30 days I have been wearing the Apple Watch Series 3 to see how it handles in 2023. And I was actually quite surprised. So let's get into what worked and what didn't work. Going into this test period, I was wondering how much of an impact it would make on my day-to-day, thinking that this would just put a complete halt on everything that I do. But I must say, this watch actually surprised me. I was able to check notifications, play music, play podcasts, control media, and use it for my daily workouts using Apple Fitness. Albeit a little slow, but it got the job done in the end. The other great thing is that all my bands still fit. I can use my Nike band, and I can even use both of my Ultra bands. Watch faces though is where the Series 3 comes up a little bit short. Not only in the amount of faces, but just in the detail that Apple has improved over the years. One of the big differences is in the modular face, where in the most recent watches you can choose color backgrounds and just have a more vibrant looking face. But on the Series 3, it's just basic text on a black background. No way to change it. As well, in some of the complications like the heart rate monitor, we now get a graph-like complication showing all of the data over a course of a day. But on the Series 3, you can only see the most recent update in text form. The battery was able to last a full day, morning to night. But a big reason for that is this watch does not have always on display. Anytime I would put my wrist down, the display would turn off, which helps with the battery. But with such a small basic display, I did not find myself checking it as much. Only when I felt a notification, which brings me to the vibrate. This was probably the killer for me. I have been using my Apple Watch as the alarm in the morning for the last couple of years. Its quiet vibrations wake me, but not my wife in the morning when I need to get up early. But using the Series 3 as my alarm just did not work. Multiple times a week I would sleep completely through the alarm. The vibrations on the Series 3 just are not strong enough to wake me. And still, I chose the stronger vibrations and it was still unable to wake me. So I had to resort back to using my phone as my alarm clock, which my wife did not like. But something the Series 3 does not have is low power mode. This was released with the Series 5, which allowed for you to turn off certain features, such as always on display, constant health checks, and then it limits the amount of times your watch would check for notifications. This is nice to have, but if your battery is getting low in the middle of the day or you forgot to charge it the night before, this just isn't available. The only low power mode on the Series 3 is the super basic green text on a black screen, which displays the time and turns everything else off on the watch. Quick charging is not available on the Series 3, even when plugged into the 20-watt adapter, and because of that, charging on the watch takes quite a bit longer. Even with my SE2, I was able to charge it up in around 2 hours. With the Series 3, I am seeing times north of 3 hours, which made it very difficult if I wanted to wear this to bed to sleep at night. Sleep tracking is super basic, and you do not get the full readouts like you do on the newer series of watches. The only information that is available is the time that you slept and the time that you woke. The data that is shown inside the Health app is not available here, as the Series 3 does not have the sensors that the newer watches have. So breaking down deep, REM, and core sleep just is not possible. Other newer health features are not available, like the ECG, blood oxygen, hand washing, and the temperature sensor. But like I said in my SE2 review, those are nice to have, but they are not needed. Fall detection though is here, so if you wanted to give your older Series 3 to a parent, that feature is present. But others like crash detection or backtrack are not. And if you're a big walkie-talkie user, that is painfully slow on this. Most of the time it just wouldn't work, so I gave up trying to use it. I never realized how much easier that made life. When just trying to ask your wife something and you are not within talking distance, like if I'm at a store and I need a quick answer, I can just quickly buzz her and get the answer faster than calling or texting. Focus modes are super limited on the Series 3. The customization that has been added to watchOS over the last couple of years is just not available here. Things like choosing watch face depending on your focus mode cannot be customized. You would need to choose the face manually and switch it to the specific time. And finally, the Series 3 is no longer receiving the latest OS updates from Apple. It will stay on watchOS 8 for the foreseeable future. But something to note, I did receive an update during my test, so it does seem like they are still providing certain fixes for older OSs, which is good to see. So there it is. This was a final goodbye to my longest lasting Apple Watch. Let me know down below what series of watch you are currently using and what kind of shape it is in, because my Series 3 has seen some better days. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you're new, smash that like button, and I will see you in next week's video.